All right, let's talk about building a world, but forget stone and steel. Today, we're diving into a universe made entirely of words, a place where language is so much more than just, well, talking. It's identity, it's power, it's even a kind of magic. So, you ready? Let's get into it.
Wow. Just let that sink in for a second. You kissed the waves, but ignored the storm. I mean, you can feel that, can't you? It's just dripping with emotion. That sense of betrayal, you know? Like someone only saw the pretty, easy part of you and totally missed the powerful, dangerous truth right underneath.
And that quote, it really makes you think, right? How do you say something like heartbreak, or that feeling of intense pride, or just longing? We've got our words, for sure. But what if an entire culture had a special poetic way to do it? Kind of like an emotional shorthand that everyone just gets.
Well, guess what? In this world, they totally do. And they have a name for it, Qhimiqarros. These are these short, super powerful lines of regional poetry. Think of them like tiny little verses that manage to pack in the entire emotional vibe of a place and its people.
And just look at how different they can be depending on where you are. Okay, so in the Southern Mountains, a place all about strength and pride, heartbreak isn't about being sad. No way. It's about taking back your power. I did not fall, I refused you. Boom. But then you go to the fiery desert Expanse, and it's all about this all-consuming passion. I gave you thirst because I was the flame. See that? Same feeling, heartbreak, but expressed in two completely different worlds of words.
Okay, so we've seen how personal language can be, but how does it scale up? How do you go from a single line of poetry to shaping an entire society? Well, let's pivot from poetry to power and talk about the House of Tarraqhavvez. This is a big deal, noble family, and they are absolute masters of layered communication.
And when I say masters, I mean they're known for some seriously intricate stuff. We're talking about things like flame-rooted speech rituals, a hidden clan tongue that's only passed down through the women of the family, even something called echo-mirrored chanting they use to honor their ancestors. This is so far beyond just talking. It's like they're literally weaving reality with their words.
So here's the kicker. They don't just use one language, they use 6. And this table gives us a really cool bird's-eye view. Just check out the range here. You've got your high and mighty ceremonial language for temple vows, then a formal dialect just for politics. But then you've also got this deeply spiritual language for spirit channeling. And get this, a totally nonverbal sign language they use for secret protest. It's amazing. They literally have a specific linguistic tool for every single situation you can imagine.
Okay, but of all 6, this one might be my favorite. It's called Qhimiqarros, or personal soul script. Now listen to this. It's a language that's completely unique to every single person. It's not taught, it's revealed to you. And it's so sacred, it's almost never spoken out loud. It's sung or it's written, but only in private. The only time you share it is with your soulmate or in front of a sacred fire. Can you even imagine that? A language that is 100% purely and utterly yours.
All right, now let's flip the script completely. We're going from the most intimate, personal language to one that's public, but totally silent. This is Croglin, the clan hand speech. Let's walk through it. First, you've got a hand pulse to the chest. That means, I know the vow. Then, finger across the lips. I say nothing. Simple enough. Next, a twist at the wrist, which means, I bind it. And to finish, a palm flare, meaning I protect. And just like that, you've made an entire, unbreakable promise without making a single sound. How cool is that?
Okay, so we've seen poetry for heartbreak, we've seen super-structured languages for power and secrets. But what about just regular people? What does it sound like on the street? Let's ditch the fancy noble courts for a bit and go check out the living, breathing, playful pulse of the culture.
So if you want to understand Upper Coastal Slang, you really only need to know one thing. It's this tiny little suffix, wa. Sounds simple, right? But believe me, it changes everything. You just tack it onto the end of a word and bam! You've instantly added a layer of sass, or maybe a little flirtation, or just that warm, friendly vibe.
Here's a super simple example. In the standard kind of formal language, you'd say, lakai. It means, I like it. Fine. But on the streets, nah. You say, lakwa. See? It's not just I like it anymore. It's got attitude. It's more like, ooh, I love that. You can totally feel that personality shift, right?
And it gets even more fun, a little more complex. Take a big formal declaration like Qhimiqarros le Naamarra, which means I am the voice. Pretty serious. But in slang, it becomes Qhimiqarros si. It completely transforms into something kind of braggy, definitely playful, a little bit flirty. They didn't just add the wah, they threw in that little echo sound at the end, si, just for some extra flair. It's almost like adding an emoji with your voice.
And here's what it looks like out in the wild. Look at this social media post. It's basically saying, got those storm goddess vibes all morning. My scrolls are totally popping. I am the voice, just chilling with some lilac milk. I love it. See, this isn't just a few slang words. It's a whole identity, a whole modern cultural voice being built with these little twists and turns of language.
All right, so after this amazing journey through a world literally made of words, it's time to bring it back. Let's connect their world to our own.
I mean, think about what we've just seen. We saw language capture intimate heartbreak in a single line of poetry. We saw it build entire structures of power and secrecy with multiple, complex tongues. And we saw it create a living, breathing culture on the streets with just a bit of playful slang.
And that really just leaves us with one final question. A question for you. How many languages do you really speak? And I'm not talking about Spanish or French. I mean, think about it. The way you write a work email is a totally different language from your family group chat, right? And that's different from how you talk to your best friends or the slang and memes you use online. We all have our own personal poetry, our own secret codes, our own street slang. So the real question is, what worlds are you building with them?